there, it's Anita, and I am so excited to have you all come into my home for me to decorate a tree and show you all the processes of what goes into decorating a luxury Christmas tree. There's some foundational things you need to have in place when creating a luxury Christmas tree. One, which is very important, is the type of tree that you use. For me, I prefer King of Christmas trees. They're a very reputable company. Their trees are really well made. And the limbs are so important. Picking a tree, whether it be a King of Christmas tree or any other tree, make sure the limbs on the trees are bendable, especially if you use a lot of ribbon. I do a lot of ribbon treatments on my trees, and that helps me with grabbing hold to the ribbon, whereas I don't have to wire everything to put it in the tree. When it comes to lighting and your trees, you have two options. You can get a pre-lit Christmas tree or you can get an unlit Christmas tree. My preference is always pre-lit trees. It doesn't matter what type of tree that you use. I just prefer King of Christmas trees because I know they're very reputable quality tree. When assembling your tree, there's a few steps that you need to take. First, you're taking it out of the box and you're making sure that it's secured on the stand that is provided. But if you're like me, I love my trees to rotate, so you have a choice on getting a rotator for your tree or using the tree trunk that came with it. It gives your tree such an elegant look once you finish and it's rotating in circles. Guarantee you'll love it. After your tree is in the stand of choice, then you start to assemble it. You take one area at a time. So once you put it up, instead of like a lot of people, they'll put the whole tree up and then they'll start fluffing it out. That's not the way that I recommend. I recommend you do it section by section. So this tree comes in 3 parts. So I'll put in the first part and then I will fluff out the entire tree. Then I'll put in the next part, fluff that out, and then I'll put in the top and fluff that out. So now it's in the stand, it's all fluffed out. Now it's time to put the yumminess on the tree. Let's talk ribbon. You know the girl is obsessed with ribbon, but there's only one type that I use, which is wired ribbon. You will not find anything but wired ribbon on my tree because, like I was saying, the importance of having the bendable limbs, it's having the bendable ribbon that can make beautiful bows and stay in place and be able to adhere to the trees very well. Having wire in your ribbon is definitely the key. Wired ribbon holds its own in a Christmas tree. This is why it's very important to have bendable limbs so your wired ribbon can be held by it as well, and it will keep the shape of a bow. So I like to use at least 3 different sizes of ribbon in a tree. Like this is a 4-inch ribbon. See the width, 4-inch. This is a 2.5, and this is a 1.5-inch. It gives depth to the tree and the look is phenomenal. You'll see in a few. Okay, it's time. So I'm going to assemble the 4-inch first. And when I assemble ribbon, this is what I do, guys. Just to keep it out of your way, let it drop. Okay, let it drop and work from there. So I leave a tail, and then I'll cut, always finish the end of the ribbon prior to putting it on. So I'm going to cut this in a slant. And a good pair of scissors, it's always key. So then I make a loop, because I'm horrible with bows. Believe it or not, I'm horrible with bows, but you too can do this without having to make a perfect bow. Because look, using wire ribbon, it's so easy. So I'm going to take this one loop, and then I'm going to adhere it to the bendable Christmas tree limb. And I'm going to wrap the limb around it and stick out the other end of the white ribbon. I'm going to give it a tuck here and come in again, wrap another limb around the ribbon, and voila. The 1.5-inch ribbon I use for two reasons. One, because it gives depth and it gives it a different look to your tree. But two, I also use it to kind of cover the connection of the limb wrapping around the 4-inch ribbon. I'm very intentional about cutting the ribbon on an angle prior to putting it on the tree, and also giving it like a fishtail at the end once I'm finished. It gives it a very polished, cohesive look for the tree, and it comes out phenomenal. There's two things I don't want you to be afraid of. I don't want you to be afraid of cutting your ribbon. You see how I cut my ribbon? And don't be afraid to mix and match your patterns in your tree. Trust me, once you have them placed all in your tree, they'll all come together and make a beautiful Christmas tree. So if you follow me on Hey There, It's Anita, you know that my tree toppers are my signature trait. I don't use the typical star or the angel on the trees. Not that I have anything against them, but I do very unique toppers. And like I said, that's what I'm known for. So I use picks, different type of beautiful embellished, I love the embellished and glittery things for my toppers. And I just place them in a very strategic way on the tree, which makes it look very unique and very nice. And these are some of the elements that I use on my tree. Can't you see that sticking out of a tree? And I'm going to show you what it looks like. I've added the ribbon to my tree. So my process with decorating my tree is doing my topper first, which in this case, the ribbon is a part of the topper. But most of the times I'm just using the picks. So I'm going to add my picks now to the ribbon top, to the part of the ribbon topper that I'm using. So it's just sticking it down in there and get it close to the trunk. So to be really kind of stable, you can pull it down like I'm pulling it down now and just let it come through your ribbon. And watch how it all comes together once the whole tree is decorated. The next step is we're going to put on ornaments. It could be the round ornaments, or it could be like a lantern or something that you want to put on your tree. But I do the larger ones first, and then I proceed with maybe doing clusters of bulbs, or just different sizes. But like I said, as I did with the ribbon, you do like all of your larger ones first. You put that on, and then you do like the clusters, and then you do like the different sizes, but do all at one time. And when putting on my ornaments, I use a 22 gauge wire. So you just stick in the wire in the little hole here and twisting it and place it on the tree. Simple as that. Another benefit to having a rotator on your tree, the tree comes to you. And the last step to a luxurious Christmas tree is adding your picks. This gives like the finishing touch, and it fills in all the little blank spaces you see. You know, I like a heavily embellished tree, so the more the better. And just like I did with the ribbon and the bulbs, do the same thing with your picks. Put all of the same kind on at the same time. It makes the tree look very organized and, again, really cohesive. And this pick, it comes all together. So it's very important before you put it on your tree, let's spread them out so you can get the full effect of the beauty of this pick. See there? Makes a big difference. This is an amazing touch for your tree. Don't forget your timer. You don't want to go and have to plug in the tree every day or step on the little on and off button. Use your timer, plug your tree into your timer, set your timer, and forget it. You know, set and forget it. That's what we're doing with the timers. You don't have to worry about turning your tree on and off. You just set it at the time that you want it to come on, set it to the time that you want it to go off, and it's done. You guys, you love her? I do. Do you name your trees? You all meet Bella. I had such an amazing time creating this tutorial for you all. I hope it helps. Please tag me in these trees that you all are putting up behind looking at the tutorial. You all take care and have a blessed holiday.